everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting the KonMari method, and this is not my first time going through it. I actually did go through it last summer for the very first time, so this is my second time doing it. And last summer I actually was going to do a series on my going through the KonMari method. They would have been my very first videos. I filmed everything, and I think I might have even started editing some things, but for some reason I just never posted them. I don't know why. This is one of my old bullet journals. I even have like a bunch of notes in here on the KonMari method and my video planning. Anyway, for those of you who do not know what the KonMari method is, it's sort of a system of organization, and it deals with decluttering your life. So I actually have some quotes in my bullet journal from the book. It's called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And there's also another book which I haven't read yet. It's called Spark Joy, and that's kind of like one question you're supposed to ask yourself. You're supposed to ask yourself, does it spark joy when you're going through each of your items? And when you go through decluttering, you're supposed to do it all at once as quickly as possible, and the order goes clothes, then books, then papers, then miscellaneous, and then sentimental items. So today I'm doing clothes, or at least I'm going to be starting on it. Last year it took me probably a solid week to go through everything because it was my very first time, and I actually used a checklist which I found on Pinterest, and I'll link that down below for anyone who is curious about it. But it basically goes through each category and breaks it down. So with clothes, first it goes through like tops and then bottoms and then dresses and pajamas, and it just like goes through each thing so that you don't forget any part of that category. And for me it was very helpful, especially since my apartment isn't very big, and so to put all of my clothes in one place, in one room, all at the same time, probably would have been a little bit overwhelming for me. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop talking now. I think this introduction is going on way too long, and I'm going to start with tops and we'll just go from there. Alrighty, so I've got all of my tops gathered together. This lighting is really janky, I'm so sorry.
Hi.
This is Chris, he just came home from work.
This is my wonderful wife, Hannah.
So basically, for the sake of not living in a war zone and having things not be too crazy, I'm following this checklist that I got off of Pinterest, which I will link down below. So this is kind of what the list looks like, and I printed it out and just stuck it here in my bullet journal. Okay, so I'm gonna get started and I will show you what I've got when I'm done with this whole category, probably. Okay, so I am done with all of my tops, and here is the keep pile, and then this is gonna look kind of pathetic, but it doesn't matter. Here are the piles. So this one is donate, this one is discard, and then this one I have other intentions for. So I think I'm gonna add it to a t-shirt quilt. So all in all, I didn't really get rid of a whole lot, but I think that was because I got rid of so much last year and I haven't really accumulated a whole lot. So, and that's totally fine. Sometimes you'll get rid of a lot of stuff and sometimes you won't. So it's normal. Okay, so I'm going to move on to pants now. Okay, so it is definitely a different day now. Sorry if this is a little shaky. I'm just holding it with my arm and they are weak sauce. Anyway, it's actually been about 15 days since I started filming this, and normally with the KonMari method, they recommend that you go through it as quickly as possible and to not really think about it very much. But the reason why it's been so long is because I went out of town 2 weekends in a row, and the week in between was kind of crazy, and I had other things going on and wanted to focus on getting all the other more important things done first. So also sorry about this weird lighting. it's kind of cloudy outside and the sun is setting, so I had to resort to the indoor light situation, which isn't that great, as you can tell. And I just realized I forgot to put on any makeup for this. Not that that matters, because this is not a beauty channel, but anyway. So I'll flip this around and show you what I'm getting rid of. So these are all the clothes that I'm getting rid of as far as like donating and just passing on to other people. And then I do have a small like garbage pile that needs to go out to the dump, and a lot of those things are super old and worn out. So in comparison, this is really not a lot compared to how much I got rid of last year, and let me explain why that is. So last year it was my very first time going through the KonMari method, and so I got rid of way more stuff, and just because in the first 20 plus years of my life I had accumulated all this stuff, and it was the first time that I was really going through it in this way. And I think in the book it does talk about how it's typical for you to get rid of a ton of stuff the first time, and then as you go through it, you know, as the years go on, maybe you don't get rid of quite as much. But I think I probably would have gotten rid of a lot more if it weren't for the fact that I haven't really accumulated very much this year, and not that this is the kind of system where however much you accumulate, that's how much you should get rid of the next time you go through the KonMari method. But because I haven't accumulated a lot, I think I always had the thought in the back of my head that you know, I could possibly get rid of all my clothes, because like a lot of these don't bring me joy anymore and I'd like to donate them or just pass them on. But I currently don't have the funds to, you know, buy a whole new wardrobe or even part of a wardrobe. I don't buy myself clothes very often because there are more important things. And I know this is such a first world problem to have, but I don't know. My fashion sense is pretty narrow, and so if I were to get rid of all the clothes that don't bring me joy, I would not have a lot to wear, which maybe I could adjust to that, but that's not something I'm looking into right now. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see in the other categories if this pattern repeats, if I don't get rid of nearly as much stuff as last year, since last year I got rid of like a ton of stuff, or if, you know, maybe I'll get rid of more. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. But anyway, that is all I have for you in this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. So hopefully I can follow through on the rest of the series and remember to film and not chicken out at the last minute like I did last year. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by and watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!